break these binds.
Yes, guys, welcome back to another episode of Casualty. Are you guys hashtag Manchester City vaccinated? Are you vaccinated, bro? Are you Man City vaccinated?
Yeah, I've got all the antidotes, everything required, all the medication. I'm drugged up. I'm drugged up.
You got a vaccine? Yeah, I can't. I'm not vaccinated, bro. I'm raw dogging the Manchester City 7 games without a win. I'm an anti-vaxxer, so I'm not getting the hashtag Man City vaccine. I'm just going to see what happens, man. If I end up in the hospital, I end up in the hospital, bro. But I'm raw dogging it, man. I ain't getting a vaccine, bro.
Yeah. See, I'll let you know if I start getting any mad symptoms like happy clapping or like that. You know what
I mean? Happy clap. Yeah, if you get the vaccine, guys, happy clapping does become a symptom, innit? So yeah, I don't know if you want that, man. But yeah, I'm actually watching the Roma Atalanta game, guys. Edison, who obviously we've been linked with, is playing. And I can't lie, man. I'm not moved. Now, it is only 70 minutes of the first time I've properly watched him, so I ain't saying like he's shit or whatever, but like, well, the guy just looks pure slow, and he doesn't even look that good on the ball, man. Like, I don't know, man.
70 or 17?
70.
Okay, so you watched over an hour.
Yeah.
Not feeling it now.
You know what? I also feel like every time I'm watching these players that we're like linked with, I'm just being like hypercritical.
Yeah.
But by accident, I don't mean to be. I'm just like, yo, that shit. Like, if he does like a misplaced pass, I'm like, dead. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I don't know if I'm subconsciously. I don't know if I'm subconsciously doing this correctly. You know what I mean? Like reviewing this. You know what I'm saying?
You're wearing your Rodri tinted goggles.
I think I am.
You're looking at anybody who could potentially fill in that role for us and go, he's not Rodri, he's not it, he's not Rodri, he's not it. When you need to take off the goggles and look at him and go, yeah, I might not be moved right now, but does he possess any attributes that Pep could work with and Pep could develop? I mean, if you look back at Rodri at Atletico Madrid, you probably would have said the same thing. I'm not particularly moved. He's not Fernandinho. You know what I'm saying? And now Pep's made him a monster. So I think whoever we get in that role, and I would assume it's January. I really would assume it's January. Whoever it may be, unless it's a Bruno G, unless it's a Zubimendi, literally just those two, you're going to look at them and go, I have my apprehensions about this person.
That's very true. That is very true. Unless we get, let's be honest, unless we get Zubimendi or Bruno G, there's going to be loads of City fans who are like, this guy trash.
100%. That's so you just got to roll with it. What's the likelihood City go and get one or the other? I think it increases, weirdly. There are positives to take from the last 7 weeks or the last 7 games. I think the likelihood that we go out and make some mad aggressive signing in January and spend maybe more than we'd like to spend, or maybe more than the club would, usually spend in January, increases by the losses, by them stacking up, by the bad performance stacking up. It just puts more and more pressure on the club to go out and get as close to a sturdy signing as possible. So I don't know, but unless you get either of them, you're going to be looking at whoever you get and saying,
bro, you know what? The more I think about this here, big up Kirky here, bro. The more I think about this, the more I think Douglas Luiz on a loan. You don't think this is just Douglas Luiz?
You got to take his misses. Then he only does a couple transfers. That guy.
Yeah, but whatever, innit? Like, do the deal. Like, for me, I'm starting to look at this Douglas Luiz deal, guys, and I'm starting to believe that this might be the way forward. Obviously, if we can't get Bruno G or Zubimendi, which it's possible that we won't be able to get either of them. I don't know, man. I feel like this might be the one. Douglas Luiz on a loan. Buy your time. Obviously, you can wait until the summer until you make a proper one. Ahmed says he's trash. He's not trash, man. He ain't trash, Ahmed. Come on, bro. He ain't trash.
I was a big fan of him when he was at Villa. Big fan. And I said at the time, I'd have had him no problem in the City squad, absolutely, and he could have pushed it. I reckon if we kept Douglas Luiz and didn't let that slip, we would have never signed Calvin Phillips. And Douglas Luiz probably, I mean, hindsight's a beautiful thing, and it's buts and maybes. But I have a good feeling Douglas Luiz would have done a better job. But I'm being honest, I have no idea what he's doing at Juventus. I don't know. Is he doing well? Is he doing bad? Any Serie A watchers in the chat?
He's not playing. He's not playing. Apparently he's had a fallout already with the new guy. So I just think for me, he's got Prem experience, and I'm not looking at it thinking, well, is this not just a deal that it's just easy? It's an easy deal, man.
I don't know if he's got attitude problems. Pep will still say no.
Yeah, but you don't know why he's got an attitude problem. Why has he got an attitude? He might have a legit cause to have an attitude problem with the current manager. The current manager might.
Look, we're not spoilt right now. Beggars can't be choosers. I'm open to it. I'm open to suggestions. I liked him. He knows the Prem. He's a very good Premier League player. He's proven that. He was a very, very, very good player in the Premier League. So there's nothing to suggest that he couldn't come back and be a very, very good player in the Premier League. Maybe, I don't know how long's left on his deal at Juventus. Maybe a loan move, like you say, would be a good move for him in January, and then go back to Juve in the summer and plan his future from there. Maybe he would agree to come into City on a full-time basis and being Rodri's backup or Rodri's helper or a midfield helper. He can play further forward, so he kind of does tick a few boxes in that front too. I don't know. I have a funny feeling City are really going to press for Zubimendi or Bruno G. I really do. I think there's going to be a lot of aggression in the next 2 transfer windows, and you're going to see things outside the realm of norm for Manchester City over the last few years. I think by the way they've spoke, By the way, Tiki spoke, you saw the quotes, you saw the comments about how he himself admits the last few transfer windows have been very subpar, and there's ground to make up. You know, we can prevent this from being a long-term crisis. It's a mini crisis. Of course it is. It feels like a huge deal because we're not exactly used to this, but it's a mini crisis. We can prevent this from being a long-term crisis or a festering issue by being aggressive. And we are a club that's capable of being aggressive. I think aggression is needed right now. We don't need to be that calculated and methodical about our transfers anymore and try and be too smart, you know, by buying them players that are less known, but we're being really smart by bringing them in and then they cook really early or they turn into a superstar. We have plenty of those players right now in your Savios and your Dokus and even Ricos and Bobs. There's plenty of them in the squad. You've done your shit there. Vardiol. Now go and get some hitters. Be aggressive. Be a big name signing. I want more of those shockwave signings. You know, that has a ripple effect throughout Europe where people go, oh, fuck, City were sleeping there for a minute. They lost 4 or 5 games in a row, whatever. But bam, they're not accepting the sleep. They're waking up. Hibernation's over. That's what we need to do, and that's what I feel they will do. I just have a feeling, you know?
Yeah. The thing is with this Edison guy, yeah, he's obviously he looks physical. He's a physical player, but he just looks slow. Someone in my chat, someone in my comments, one a guy I know actually called Chris, he says he reminds him of Fernando. And I see it, man. I do see it a little bit, you know.
Fernando, yeah.
Yeah, like he's a very physical player, but he just looks slow, man.
That's not going to run. That's
and
not
he
going to
doesn't.
run.
People saying, yeah, but Zubimendi's slow. Yeah, but Zubimendi's mint on the ball. I'm looking at him. He's like, he doesn't look mint on the ball.
If you're going to be,
I say, the problem that I've got here, though, yeah, the problem that I've got here is that, like I just said, unfortunately, like when I'm watching these players, I'm just like, I know I'm doing it. I know I'm doing it. I'm sort of like criticizing everything that they're doing. But like, and I don't want to, but it's just obviously, it might be PTSD. I don't know. It might be because I know this has to work, otherwise we're fucked. Like, I don't know. It's just, because when I watch Richie, I'm like, not moving me. I'm watching this guy, not moving me. I'm watching Sudokov, not moving me. Now, is that a coincidence that I'm not watching Wharton, not moving me? Why is it that the 4 players that we've been linked with, every time I'm watching, I'm like, these are dead ballers? Is that just me being overly critical because I'm like, got a bit of PTSD and I need them to cook? Is it legit? Are they trash? Am I just getting unlucky? Like, every time I watch Wharton, bro, the guy's trash. Like, he got hooked at half time against United. Like, I don't know, man.
You can be unlucky when you watch them that don't perform. Like, one I have is that Leao at AC Milan. He's sick, apparently. Every time I watch him, he's the shittest player ever. Like, I know he's sick, but he's never been sick for me.
Yeah, no, it's the same. Man. Every time I watch Leao, man, the guy's I think I did actually watch him recently. I don't know what game I watched him. I did watch him recently. He was actually pretty good. But yeah, every time I watch him, he's bad, man. Everyone keeps on speaking about this Baleba. I've not seen enough of him. To be honest with you, I'm going to be real with you. Yeah, I never heard of this guy until he come off the bench against us. Apparently, he's pretty good, though. But I ain't seen him. I don't seen him. I don't know what type of player. Is he like a what? Is he like a Caicedo? Is he quick? Is he a Fernandinho, Caicedo, Kante style? Is he a Rodri, Zubimendi style? Like, what are you saying?
I don't know. If you're gonna go for a prem player, I'd be looking at Bruno G, and I'd look at Lavia too. I look at Romeo Lavia. I think he would have been a good one to keep, but obviously it didn't work out at the time. We were stacked at the time. He's not exactly, you know, rolling in minutes at the minute at Chelsea. They have a lot of players in that area of the pitch. Maybe he's one you could go after. I think he's a really good player. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm the same as you. There's no one I look at and I go, you're the guy. You're him. You know, you're him. You're what we need. But that's a form of cityitis. It's a symptom of cityitis. You know, we're used to X and everybody else is Y. But can anybody move from Y to X? Don't know. You really don't know, bro.
No, I know, man. It's true. It's difficult, man. Davey says, not just saying it because he's a Toon fan, but Bruno's a shadow of himself. He's also 27 soon. I mean, the fact that he's almost 27 for me doesn't bother me. I mean, that's still pretty young, to be honest with you.
Why is he a shadow of himself? Why is he not playing well?
Mustn't be, according to Davey.
I'm gonna keep it real, and Newcastle fans won't like this. I reckon if Bruno G's playing poorly and he looks a shadow of himself, I reckon he's frustrated. I reckon he wanted that move to City. I reckon he felt that was a big opportunity for him, and that was the next step in his career. And it happens to loads of players. Time goes by and you miss golden opportunities. You know, Harry Kane, Manchester City, and players go, damn, That was a big moment for me.
He probably wants to be playing Champions League as well, doesn't he? Let's be honest.
He's not going to. He's not going to in the next couple of years with Newcastle. If he wants to play Champions League football, Bruno has to move. That's just the fact of the matter. And I'm sorry to Newcastle fans. They're not going to play Champions League. There's too many teams that are looking good right now. I mean, the top four alone. You look at City, Arsenal, Liverpool, top three, almost guaranteed, wrapped up. Then you have Chelsea really coming along, starting to, bad time, by the way, for the money they put into it, but they're starting to tick and they're kind of going under the radar. And then you've got your Villa, you've got United under Amorim, you've got whoever else. There's the other teams really pushing for it. He's not going to play Champions League, in my opinion.
Well, so what? He's almost 27, right? So he'll be 28 next year. They won't be playing Champions League if they don't get Champions League this year. He doesn't look like he's going to get Champions League. So the soonest he can play Champions League now for Newcastle is at 29, which is if they get Champions League next year.
That will be him at 29 in his second season ever playing Champions League.
And let's be honest, even if they do get Champions League, it's unlikely that Newcastle will go and win the Champions League. So if he wants to win the Champions League, he probably does have to move. Isak, on the other hand, Isak's younger. He's got
time.
Oh my God, Edison just missed an open net. Bro, he just missed an open net, bro.
Okay, yeah, maybe he's
he just missed an open net. Nah, that's a madness. No, I'm gonna clip that, man. Yo. Bro, I'm gonna put that on Twitter, bro. Just missed an open net.
I don't know, but I don't know. I think Bruno needs to leave if he wants to. I'm not saying it's going to be us, but I think if he wants Champions League, he's going to move. He's a top player. He really is a top player. He deserves to play Champions League football. I think it makes sense. It makes sense for us to go and get him. We're all talking about not just the number 6 area of the pitch, aren't we? We're also talking about the 8 and the 10 area of the pitch, lacking energy, lacking in intensity. He can play there too. He'll bring that in his prime. So why not, man? He's one I'd really go for, but
it's got though. Do you reckon you could get him in January, or Newcastle will be like, nah, no way?
Of course you could. Everyone has a price. City have the cash. Go and do it. You know what I mean? Like if we really fall into a rut here, like I know we're already in a rut, but a bad rut where it's like, damn, we're not getting out of this with some serious help. We look back on that and go, we should have got Bruno G. We should have got Bruno G. He's someone that could really help us get out of that. If we fall into a rut properly, top 4 becomes a worry. Top 4. Dare I say it?
This is where he just missed from. This is where Edison just missed from.
Okay.
He's the guy in the white. The ball got crossed in from the left. He missed from there. Yeah. Sign him up. I put. He missed from here. Sign him up. He's a City player. He's a City player, man.
Nah, he's all right where he is, man. He's doing great at Atlanta,
A lot of people are liking this Baleba, man. But here's a genuine question, yeah? I'm genuinely asking you guys a question here, genuinely, yeah? Are you saying this because he come on and cooked us? Have you guys actually seen this guy on the reg and you're like confident that he's the one? Because I'm being told that this guy Baleba is going to cost like 80, 90 mil.
I've seen
and he's 20 years old. Are you willing to say, yes, spend 80, 90 mil on this guy? Are you that confident, chat, that the Baleba is cooking?
He's very good. He's very good. I watched him a few times. He's very good. He's one of the next ones, if not the next one on that. What's it called? Conveyor belt of players Brighton on earth that become 80, 90, 100 million pound players. He's really good. He's really good. But dealing with that guy, Tony Bloom, is difficult too. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to get money out of you. But this is it. If you're going to go for any of the Premier League ones, particularly anyone anywhere, really, it's going to be expensive. But the Premier League one's the most. I don't know. Like I haven't watched any of them, like a huge amount. But I've been impressed by him whenever I've seen him.
80 million minimum, says Baleba. This Nobbins is saying like, nah, you need to get him. Like, well, we need to get him. He's saying like he's mint. And Nobbins is a bit of a tactical, isn't he? For me, it's like this next one. I think this is why I'm getting stressed, boys. It's because for me, this next midfield, it has to work. You can't flop Phillips and you can't flop Nunes and then buy another player and still flop it. Like, that's just poor, man. You can't have 3. And let's be honest, this next one's probably going to take us to around £150 million spent because we're currently at 90 on Phillips and Nunes. So it's going to probably take us to 150, maybe even more on the 3. Like this, we have to get this one right. You can't, Like, listen, at the end of the day, like you can keep on buying players, but like you can't just miss target. Like at some point, the club has to be held accountable and be like, yo, you can't just keep on getting duds, man. You got to buy the right player, bro. And that's why I think I'm getting stressed, man.
I know. I agree. It's been a while since we had a banger midfield signing, isn't it? Like we've had a lot of very good defensive signings over the past few years. You know, Diaz and Vardiol, Akanji, and them, Haaland up front. And there's been plenty more, but the midfield has been really crying out for a refresh, really crying out for a new face, even just to add competition. Even when a lot of the players were playing well over the last few years, just to throw in some more healthy competition, which is it's always important, but it's got to get done right, man. It's really, really, really got to get done right, or as I say, we'll end up in a real crisis, a real rut. Because we speak about this week on week, man. If you go make the wrong signing again and again and again, you get stuck with these players. You get stuck with them. You can't shift them. You've paid big cash for them. They're on big wages. No one's trying to buy them.
Facts.
So what do? You're trying to shift them to get in someone else and make another potentially wrong signing. Ooh, it's a very vicious cycle.
You're screwed. Which is why it's a little bit bizarre that they don't try the academy a little bit more and that they didn't try Lavia. And that they didn't give Cole Palmer a proper chance, because I don't want to get in the whole Cole Palmer thing again, because like, we have it every day. But like, it's weird that the cost of getting a signing wrong is so bad for the reasons that you've just mentioned. You're spending £50 million minimum nowadays. Yeah. You're putting him on 150 grand a week. And if they don't work, you're literally stuck with the player. Like, so it's a bit weird that they just don't give the academy player a chance just in case they cook. And listen, most of them are not going to be good enough. We need to accept that. Most of the academy players are not going to be good enough. Why? Because we're an elite level club that's trying to win the Champions League. So they're probably not going to be good enough for Manchester City. But try them. Give them a couple of games. And if they're not good enough, move them on. Or like Lavia was never given a proper chance. Palmer was never given a proper chance. And that could have saved the football club 100 million on Palmer. Because if we say we went for Verts, that's going to be 100 mil. So that's 100 mil saved. And Lavia, well, it would have saved us 90 mil because we've spent 50 on Nunes and 40 on Phillips. So that's 90 mil. So between them, it's 190 million pounds that the club would have saved. And by the way, it's actually more because we're going to have to sign another DM now because Nunes and Calvin Phillips both weren't good enough.
I know. I'm a big fan of some of the players in the academy. I like that Jacob Wright kid a lot. I really do. I've watched a fair bit of him at EDS level. I like him a lot. I do like Nico O'Reilly. Really, really talented kid. But it's another example of chasing perfection immediately, and it's not quite ready when some of these players just need a bit of time. It certainly leans towards the ideology that the academy is now, the primary function of it is just to create money. It's just to make money. They're not really pushing for these academy young lads to have careers at Manchester City. 1% will trickle through. Your Bob, your Lewis, your Foden, and so on and so forth. But 99.9% of these kids who have really high ceilings and are really good players, they just need a little bit of TLC in the first team. They'd be superstars. They just get passed on. And the club's argument from a business point, when you do have your duds like your Nunes and your Phillips and these kind of players, is, well, that financial year we made a fucking killing. We made a fucking killing because we sold 15 academy players, all at 5 to 10 million each. So we won the league. We made profit. It is what it is, and that's fine. You can bang that drum when it's all going well. But when it's not going well, expect it to come back and bite you in the arse. Because if we're top of the league right now and we win our last 7 games, we won at Anfield yesterday, none of us are sitting here talking about what we could have done with Cole Palmer, what we could have done with Romeo Lavia, what we could have done with Morgan Rogers, and so on and so forth. But now we are. Now we're looking at these players who are cooking elsewhere and we're not cooking and saying, why didn't we keep any of them? Even 2 of them. Imagine 2 of those players. Me, you, and Amos went through an 11 last week of players we could have had. Take your pick of two of any of them, and the team is significantly better. Cole Palmer and any other one of your choice, and the team is significantly better. And it doesn't look good on the club at this moment in time. So it's all about timing.
Yeah, give the players a chance, man. You know what I mean? And then if they're not good enough, sell. But you know that I think the club need to realize as well that it's a credit to the club. I think they need to realize that this academy is fucking mint.
Mega.
It's mint. They need to, and they probably understand it, but like, do they understand how good it is? Maybe the academies outperformed their expectations, and as a result, they're selling players because they're like, yeah, they're probably all right, but not good enough for us. And then do the club need to realize that no, this academy that you've got, it's world class, and you're producing players at 18, 19 years old that are better than some of the players that are 23, 24, 25 elsewhere with pure experience. Like maybe the club just don't realize. Maybe now they realize because now they've had so many over the last couple of years. Maybe the club are like, yo, maybe we actually need to start trusting the academy a little bit more. Maybe we need to actually put some faith into these players because as well, you're getting average players now. I don't mean it in a disrespectful way because they're still mint, you know what I mean, compared to everybody else. But you're getting average players at expensive prices. So you're spending 42 mil on Phillips. You're spending 50 million on Nunes. These are good players. These are average players. Are these players good enough, to get in Real Madrid's team, to Bayern Munich's team? No, they're not. And that's who we're competing with to win the Champions League. Is Cole Palmer good enough to get in the Real Madrid or Bayern Munich's team? Well, he's up there. Is Lavia? Well, yeah, he's up there again. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I just want to see a little bit more faith, a little bit more. And I'm not asking for 7 or 8 academy players to all be given a go every year. I'm really not. Don't misunderstand me. I understand that there's probably 2 or 3 players every year in the academy that are cooking on gas. Yeah. So for me, Jacob Wright, you mentioned his name there. He come on against Spurs. I thought he played really well against Spurs.
He got
really
stuck
well.
in.
I thought he played really well. He was quick. He got on the ball. He was brave. He was taking shots. He was playing balls in behind. Blah blah blah. He was brave. Never seen him again. Yeah, in a position that we're desperate for a player. Nico O'Reilly, physical, strong, tall. Again, a sort of trait there and a player attributes that we need in that midfield because it's so soft. Kevin De Bruyne said it was soft, not my words. Again, not tried, and it's just like, yo, play the game, play them, give them a couple of games. If they're not good, no problem. I ain't asking for us to play mediocre players. I'm saying give the guys a go. It's like this Makaidu guy who's cooking in the academy. Now he's only 16 apparently, so like maybe it's too soon for him to play right now. But if he keeps on cooking the way he is, Mokasa as well. If he keeps on cooking the way he is, get him in the team, get him in the Carabao Cup, get him in the Club World Cup. You know, I did a stream a couple of weeks ago. I asked the chat, said, does anyone really care about this Club World Cup? No. Majority of people said not really that asked. All right, then play this Makaidu then. 17 years old. Play this Mokasa guy. See what people are saying, man.
Maybe Mystic Murray is a bit accurate with his Gyökeres prediction. You look to the extra.
Oh damn!
Mystic Murray strikes again.
Wowza! This is.
I'll tell you, like 2 weeks ago, live and exclusive on LB.
Yo,
Jack, give me my flowers, man. This is why Romano follows me. Shout out Romano. My God.
This is why Romano follows me, man. He said this. I just don't get why he joined. Why would he join to hold bench?
Because he's not going to hold bench.
Where's he going to play then? You tell me he's going to he's not. Come on, bro. Haaland's not holding bench, is he? He's on 500 grand a week in his next contract.
Bro, bench Haaland, man. He doesn't press. No,
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
For anybody who takes things too seriously, that was total satire and a joke. Okay, so don't talk about you fucking idiot. How dare you say bench Haaland? No, bro, you know the reasoning. It's the fact of the matter is you need a second striker. We play 70 odd games a season. The poor fellow up top is absolutely miserable right now. Miserable. Look at his body language yesterday. He's absolutely fed up. Yeah, we need another option. A 2 up top, a swap in, swap out, whatever. We need another striker option. We need a second striker for a multitude of reasons. And he is a fantastic option. You're not going to tell him you're coming here to hold bench. You're coming here to be part of a squad. Alvarez played a stupid amount of football.
Yeah, but no. That is telling him he's going to hold bench. You're not telling him to hold bench. You're telling him he's going to come to be part of the squad. It basically means you're going to be holding bench, bro. Come on, man.
No. Bro,
that's what it means.
Time. Bro, we have enough game time, bro.
Okay, so let me do a thing. So I'm Gyökeres. I'm saying to you, yeah, you're Viana or you're Pep. You can choose, right? I'm saying to you, okay,
Yeah, that's you. Yeah.
hello, I'm Gyökeres. When am I playing football?
All right, Victor, mate. We have loads of football. We play a lot of football. 2-3 times a week, mate. What is that?
Bro, you've not convinced me, bro. I'm signing for United or Arsenal, bro. I can't lie. I'm going to the Emirates down south, mate. I'm signed for Arsenal, mate. I'm signed for Mikel.
You wouldn't believe I work in sales, would you?
Bro, that was terrible. Chat,
No,
what the hell was that, man?
come on,
We
man.
play lots of games. Will I play against Liverpool? Will I play against Arsenal?
Yeah, you could do.
Bro, come on, man. You don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in yourself, man. He
Bro.
ain't joining us, man. No way. He's holding back and he knows that. And that's the problem you've got. And that's, by the way, that's the problem you might have with Rodri as well. Is because the player, I've said this, when you have players like that are so good, Haaland and Rodri, they're so good. It makes buying a backup player incredibly hard because whoever you sign, they know they're not going to play. No DM that we'll sign, legitimately, if they've got a serious brain, thinks that they're going to dislodge Rodri. No one. Nobody thinks that. Not Zubimendi, not even Caicedo, bro. Even he'll be like, bro, I ain't getting in front of Rodri. No one. So you know that if you're signing for City as a DM or you're signing for City as a striker, you're going to be playing the C-tier games. You're going to be coming on for 20 minutes when Rodri needs a break. That is just the truth. You're not going to play Champions League final. You're not going to play FA Cup final. You're not going to play against Arsenal. You're not going to play against Liverpool because they'll play Haaland, they'll play Rodri. And that's why we're not going to get Gyökeres, man.
Bro, you have to understand, man. Some of these players, like these players, they don't look. The players don't look at Haaland outside the club and go, I couldn't compete with him. You want to get someone who's going to come in and do two things: A, offer backup to Haaland / play with Haaland if needs be, and B, give some competition to Haaland. Give some competition. Maybe it'd be a good thing for Haaland too to have another really good striker there and get even more out of Haaland, get more out of Gyökeres, have the two of them going head to head, two banging strikers. Why not? I think a top club needs two really good strikers. Why not Gyökeres?
I agree, but we've got a unbelievable world-class striker, and that's the issue. And by the way, people saying, who was that then in the chat, yeah, about Fernandinho? Someone in the chat then just said, yeah, but Rodri joined when we had Fernandinho. Yeah, but Fernandinho, bro, yeah. How old was Fernandinho? Fernandinho was like 33, 34 when Rodri joined because he was 28 when we bought him, and we bought him in 2013. Rodri joined in what, 2019? So he would have been like 33, 34. So that's not comparable. That's not comparable in the slightest to signing Gyökeres as a striker, yeah, when Haaland's 24. It's not the same. You can't compare Rodri and Fernandinho to Gyökeres and Haaland. Yeah, this is why I think that you need to get an older player like a Dzeko, someone like that, or you need to get someone who is a good player but isn't that good, and they know they're just happy to be here, like someone like a Kyogo, who knows that, listen, he's won the leagues in Celtic, he's done everything he needs to do in Celtic, yeah, he's chilling there. He comes to City, he can play Premier League, he'll get a pay rise, he can play under Pep, but he's never really going to knock on Pep's door and say, why am I not playing in front of Haaland? Like, he's never going to do that.
Yeah, but I think it also backs up the argument further. You have the option of playing both of them. You're telling me that Pep wouldn't play both of them. Imagine the two of them lining up against
players at the moment.
I think
if we had a Frimpong, someone like that, maybe. I don't think we've got the players right now. If you look at the team that we had when we had Jesus and Aguero up top, right, in Pep's second year, I think it was. Which, by the way, when we played that system, it's still, although we only seen it for like 5 or 6 games or whatever it was, I still think that's one of the best systems I've seen City play. Like, we was unbelievable. But we had Mendy, who, this was pre-ACL, and we had Walker, who was like 27 or something. So even though his crossing was still poor, he was like fast getting up and could get crosses in. And it was mint. But we had 2 wing backs. We don't have anyone. We don't have wing backs. So we'd have to sign 2 new wing backs. Now, is that kind of interesting that we're discussing this on the same day that City have been heavily linked with Frimpong?
Don't want him. Look, the thing with Gyökeres is the Gyökeres idea for me is simply part of an overall rebuild. Throw Gyökeres into this team as it is. There's no point. There really is no point. It's not going to benefit Gyökeres. It's not going to benefit City. I'm talking about if you get a proper rebuild. If you get a playmaker in behind, a proper attacking midfielder, a proper set of wingers. Oscar Bob's back, maybe a Wirtz, maybe a Musiala. You got the two lads up top, Haaland and Gyökeres if need to be same time or swap in and out, whatever. Haaland gets injured. Haaland can't play 70 games a season. Haaland wants to play with someone else at times. You give yourself options. Pep has lasted this long in the Premier League and had this much success in the Premier League because of his ability to revolutionize and change up his own style of play. If Pep was still using the same style of play from 17-18, season in, season out, we're not 4-in-a-row champions right now. Simple as, we're not. It gets found out, it gets caught out, it gets changed, the blueprints become available. We've come close to it many times, bro. You know that. Where the blueprint becomes available, have to beat Man City, then Pep tweaks it. He does something new, and the blueprint has to go in the bin. Now, we're going to need a bigger rebuild and tactical change than probably ever, because we're so easy to play against. We need player changes, we need tactical changes. Maybe Gyökeres is in there. Maybe Gyökeres is an option. City are intensifying their interest, according to Florian Plattenberg, very reliable journalist in Germany, isn't it, Plattenberg? So there could be reality to it. I don't know. I'm not saying it's exactly what I want, but I like the idea of it. I like the idea of change. I like the idea of a new.
Yeah. Just to clarify, I'd love to get Gyökeres. I just don't think it's going to happen. I'd just be surprised if
you can also say to Gyökeres, bro. You can also say to Gyökeres, you don't need to come and play ahead of Haaland to be regarded as a world-class player at Man City. Look at Alvarez. Didn't play ahead of Haaland. Sold on for 80 million. Is now the main striker at Atletico Madrid. Alvarez would have had the pick of many clubs.
Yeah. But here's the question, and I genuinely don't know the answer to this. Yeah, big up, Briggsy, man. I genuinely don't know the answer. Alvarez could kind of play midfield. Yeah. Can Gyökeres play midfield?
No, but if you get yourself a midfielder and you have two top strikers up top, you're doing well, bro.
Siniford, I ain't saying I'm not against the idea. I'd love to sign Gyökeres. I just don't think it's realistic.
It's beneficial on all fronts. Gyökeres is getting the exposure he needs to move up to the next level in his game. Haaland is getting healthy competition. Haaland needs healthy competition. He does. I don't care how good he is. I don't care who he is. I don't care who anyone is. Everyone needs healthy competition. Haaland needs to have someone behind him where he's looking over his shoulder going, shit, this Swedish Viking, if I don't fucking, get my head right and start playing properly, he could dethrone me at some point. No one's untouchable. I don't care who they are. No one's untouchable. So it's going to benefit all parties. Gyökeres gets to play under Pep, gets to play in one of the best teams, one of the best clubs in the world, gets to train and play with Haaland, compete with Haaland for position, and City have two world-class strikers up top. We're formidable. Bro, it's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, big up Mahrez. Mahrez has just been asked about comparing Saudi Arabia to City. And he says, bro, you cannot compare Man City to here. You need everyone playing good, says Mahrez. What a goal. City's greatest ever winger. Smash the likes up, people, if you've not done so already. I'm going to come to the super chats now, and then I'm going to ask Hugh about his favourite player and a potential position change into midfield.
Oh, I thought you should be like, who's your favourite player, bro? I thought that's what you're going to do.
I just wanted to I wanted us to get, the chat going, get the voice lubricated and all that pause. Yeah. And then I thought, now that Hugh, look at the smile on his face, guys. Now we can ask Hugh.
I love that gift. I fucking love that gift. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get that framed. And when he plays in midfield and he cooks up in midfield, you're all going to be saying, please let me buy it off you. Please let me buy it off you. He's so fucking good. This, for you, was like gifting me Bitcoin before Bitcoin blew up. It was an early investment.
Oi, Samir, man. Chill out on the Mahrez slander, bro. Otherwise, you get banned, bro. You get banned from the chat. No Mahrez slander in this chat, my man. Oh, you've got Sterling in the profile picture. You don't like it, Samir. You don't like the Mahrez prop. Come on. Samir, yeah, come on, I'll be the same. Come on, bro. You say not slandering, not guilty, Your Honor. He's saying not guilty. Big up, Samir. Right, let's have a look at some of these super chats, man. Then we'll speak about Grealish and the positional change, which got a lot of City fans excited. Big up to my man Tinsay. Tinsay tomorrow night's Carlin show, bro. Be there, I'll be square, bro. If Pep can be the solution, then he's the problem. I think listen, for me, I think I think he's part of the problem with some of his team selections. I think the players on the pitch part of the problem, and I think the summer transfer window is part of the problem. I think it's a three-pronged situation that's caused our current predicament. But no doubt he's part of the issue. I mean, his team selection against Liverpool for me was wrong. So yeah, I mean, I think anyone who's saying it's 100% not Pep's fault, I mean, come on. I think you're kidding yourself a little bit there. Mike went crazy apparently.
Yeah, it did. You sound like
you got hacked, bro. We've been hacked. The mic been
like
hacked.
A robot, and not the good kind.
Am I back? Am I back now?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I'm back. Big up to Constantine, man. Thank you very much for the donation. Appreciate it. Big up to Harambot. Says, I told you, Hugh, the Matrix has gotten a hold of Tiki and has corrupted his mind on soul. Oh, corrupted his mind and soul and infected Pep as well with the Ten Hag virus.
All right, well then you come in, professional Haramba, and I want to see your next super chat saying what the antidote to this is, because you clearly know what's going on. So I want to know. I want to know how to fix it.
Well, he says, I remember saying years ago we needed to start giving academy players chances. Years ago, we needed them to get ready for situations like this.
I think he did, to be fair.
He probably did, man. Probably did. You know what I mean? A lot of people didn't want us to get rid of Lavia. You know what's crazy as well? I wasn't even like a mad fan of Lavia, to be honest, at the time. But you know, that was a L for me. But yeah, I still believe that whole Lavia Phillips thing was just a financial transaction. I think City looked at that deal, the whole Lavia Phillips thing. I believe they looked at that as a financial constructed deal rather than who is the better player. Because I say this multiple times, I say it again. They seen that they could get Phillips, an England international, for 40 million quid, right? They had Lavia, who they could get 15 million quid for, yeah, and a 20% sell-on clause. They probably felt he'd be sold for 40 mil. So that's what, another 8 mil. So they probably felt to themselves, there's a good chance here, total package, we can get around 23, 25 million for Lavia, who's hardly kicked a ball for us, and we can buy Phillips for 40. Net spend, we're looking at 15 million quid for an England international. Rather than, is Phillips good enough to play for this team? And I don't think he ever was. And I said that. I did an interview with Amazon, an Amazon interview, and I said to him, I don't like the signing. And they were like, what? I was like, no, I don't want us to sign him. I never thought he was good enough. I always thought he was overhyped, man, for England. He played in a double pivot, man. He played in double pivot, and we needed a guy who could play in a solo six.
I'm not even gonna lie. I liked it and I understood it at the time. I'm not even gonna sit here and say I was against it. It's not for me. I knew he was gonna be crap. I didn't. I wasn't able to foresee the way it would the way it would pan out. The way I looked at it was, yeah, you were getting England's Player of the Year from the year before. I did like him at Leeds. I liked him a lot at Leeds, and I felt he was one of the players capable of stepping up. You know, and you can't predict that. You can't predict that. It's an L. It's an L that the board have taken on the chin. But I got it at the time. And I'm not going to sit here and lie either and say I wasn't, happy about the Lavia sale, because I was. It made sense to me at the time. We were winning nonstop, winning all around ourselves. And we sell this kid for X and Y. We make that much money and the books are stacking up. We're winning trophies. The club's making money. Life's great. What can you possibly complain about? And now we're sitting here 3-4 years later going, wouldn't have minded that kid. You know, he was a good player. If Phillips, if Phillips worked out, a lot of our problems we're talking about right now don't exist.
Yeah, but he was never going to work out. I just don't think he was ever going to work out, man. Do you know what I mean?
And he ruined my treble jersey.
What?
He ruined my treble jersey. He ruined it.
He ruined it. What do you mean he ruined it?
He signed it, and now it's worthless.
Okay. I'll tell you what he did for me. He poured, this sounds weird, he poured champagne off of the trophy bus into my mouth. Which sounds a bit weird. Sounds a bit like Arteta meat situations, but that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
It's cool, but also I can see people be like, yo, that's a bit weird.
You know what? I like him. He's one of those players that I like as a person, and I wish worked out because he was so nice. He was I met him twice on 2 occasions. He was one of the lads, one of the nicest guys ever. Signed my shirt the season of the treble. It was the day after we beat Real Madrid 4-0. I was at the game the night before, and I met him the day after. He signed my shirt. It's from our treble season. And now it's the only signing on the shirt, and it's just fucking worthless.
I can't say anything on this stream without getting cooked. Big up to Cinnapon saying, seen Edison tonight, unfair compared to Rodri. I didn't really think he was that great tonight, bro. I will watch more of him. I watched 5 Richie games. Yeah. I watched 5 Richie games, but so I'll watch more Edison, but tonight didn't move me. In the summer, go and get me a 6'6", 200-pound monster centre-back, says ALX. Are you on about that bar guy? You seen that? We've been linked with him today, that bar.
Nah, no.
Not seen it. We've been linked with a guy called, I think he plays for AIK Summit, yeah? And 13 million quid. He's on loan at Real Valladolid. And 13 million quid, 6'6" he is.
Big boy.
6'5".
Big boy.
Very good on the ball, apparently. He's very, very good on the ball. He's a unit. He's massive. But why is he only 13 million quid? I always think that, like, if they're so good, why is he only 13 million quid? And why have I never heard of him before? Because
he's playing for Real Valladolid, isn't he?
Yeah, what did he mean, Steve? It's Teddy Bangora's boy. What does that mean? He said he owns him or something. Is he his agent or something like that?
I don't know, bro.
People are saying he's the next Virgil van Dijk.
Bro, I don't know. You spend too much time, and I respect it, too much time looking at players around the world thinking it could be signing them. I don't know who you're on about half the time.
Bro, we got to do the watch-alongs, man. We got to do the scout-alongs, innit?
That's why I like coming onto this stream, man. I got
to know what we're signing, mate. You know what I mean? Like, bro, because you know what happens is, you get a lot of people who be like, yeah, I've seen him pure times. And you know for a fact they've never watched him in their life, yeah. Do it all the time, man. Yeah. I see Arsenal fans do it with Mourinho. Yeah, and they're like, yeah, that Mourinho's sick. And like Lee Gunner, yeah, who watches La Liga all the time, was like, I watched him last year. He's like the 3rd best Real Sociedad player. And it's like, all these people just gas these players up. And some of them do actually watch him, but like, how many people legit have watched that Torino? How many people watch Torino and seen Richie? Now, maybe they've seen him for Italy and that, yeah, but like, be real, yeah. How many people are literally sitting there and watching Torino? So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to watch Torino, man. And I thought it was all right, man. It was okay. It was not exactly what we need right now, yeah? I'll be real with you. But if we had a DM, a proper DM, backup DM, I'd be game for that Richie. I think I actually like him. The problem is, with Richie, is I need someone who can play that 6 properly. So I don't know if he's what we need. But if we had a DM, I'd actually take the chance on Richie. I liked it. And I tell you what, yeah, he had a shot from 35 yards. I don't think I've ever seen a player hit a ball as hard as he did that day.
Really, yeah.
Oh yeah, big time. I like him, man, but like it's just not what we need right now.
No, we don't need any passengers, man. And I don't mean passenger in a disrespectful way. I mean passenger in the sense that we don't need any players that are, maybe players or future players or high potential players. We need now players, guaranteed players. Yeah, so
I know.
I think as a fan base, we're pretty good at not overgassing new signings. I really do. I think when we got Alvarez,
if anything, it's probably a bit critical, aren't we, as a fan base?
We are. No, we are.
We are, and we're not, because we usually give players a year. I feel like what we usually do as a fan base, yeah, and I'm generalizing it. Not everyone does this, but like we usually give a player a year, and then after that, it's like, right, you need to perform now.
Yeah.
Perform, and if you don't perform, then it's like question. So, for example, Doku this year needs to be cooking on gas. Savio, people are going to chill on him, yeah. I feel like that's what we're generally like that, man.
We are. I think we generally are like, especially when they come. We just don't do the whole, oh, he did this and look at this compilation from his time at X and Y club that no one's ever watched. Let's be real. Like Doku coming from Rennes. I think he only played like 1,500 minutes, maybe less in the season before he joined City from the French club. My stance was, and I believe most City fan base online anyway, was we'll just wait and see. We'll wait and see. There's obviously a reason why we bought him. Pep obviously likes him, so we'll just wait and see. But I don't think we do that. The whole gassing up, like I don't like that lying about fucking players that play for clubs.
No, I agree. This is another good comment from Innovator, because I found this out when I was watching Richie, because I watched Richie. I think it was the first or second game I watched him. Yeah, he didn't have the ball for the full game. Like Torino played like Inter Milan, I think it was. So I thought, this will be a sick game to watch. If anything, it was literally the worst possible game I could watch, because he played for 90 minutes in a team that did not have the ball. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas at City, it's going to be the way around. So I actually need to watch these games when they're playing against dead sides, so they dominate the ball. I'm like, right, let me see what you're going to do with the ball. Depends, obviously, from a DM's perspective. maybe not having the ball is good because I can see how you can cover ground. Depends what type of player you're looking at, innit?
I think for that area of the pitch, the defensive players and the midfield players, you need to watch them consecutively. You need to watch them over a period rather than a game or two.
And that's what I did with Richie. I watched Richie 5 or 6 times in the space of like 3 or 4 weeks. And I come to the conclusion that he was all right. I'd take a gamble on him, but he's not going to fix our DM issue, in my opinion. But again, it is only 6 games, so I need people to understand when I'm giving my opinion, it's like, yo, tonight I thought Edison was dead. I can't lie. Didn't like him. Don't mean that if we sign him, he'd be dead for us. He might be sick for us, but like it is tough, man. It is tough.
I think 5-6 games is a decent body of work. It's not a huge amount, but it's a decent body of work. I think with attacking players, you can kind of make a bit of a judgment off 1 or 2 games. Do they take the major chance they got in the game? Do they create many chances in the game with attacking players? You know, they need to be flary. They need to stand out. That's their job, to stand out week on week. But with defensive players, they don't. They just need to have a consistent level. And does the player hold that consistent level week in, week out? Does he have any disasters? Does he have any Hooner moments? If I'm looking at a defensive midfield player, if I'm looking at Richie, I haven't done. I'm probably not going to. Let's be real. Did he cause any problems? Did he upset the flow of his team? Did he give his defense trouble by misplacing passes? Did he give his defense trouble by being shaky and unnerving them? That's the kind of things you got to look at. But you can't judge that off 1 game. So you need to start setting up watch-alongs for fucking Torino.
Oh, fuck it, I'm trying, man. I'm trying my best out here. You know what I mean? I'll watch. If I'm not doing anything, yeah, I'll watch it, bro. My first Richie watch-along was 11:30 on a Sunday morning. My first Richie watch-along. I sat here at 11:30, yeah, on the rest day, yeah, and watched Torino. I'm out here doing the business, man. I'm working hard, man. I'm trying to find out who's who, how we solve the situation. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying, and the chat, you know what I mean? The guys who are joining, we try to do it, man. I'm doing Tiki's job, bro. I'm out here doing Tiki's job, man. I'm gonna get a call off Tiki and Viana soon saying, "Yo, what are you saying about this guy?" I'm like, "He's trash." I say, "Fucking trash." Buy Bruno for 120 million. They're like, "Yeah, but have you not got any players that we could sign for like 30 or a little bit like unknown?" I'm like, "No, just sign Bruno G at 120 million, man." You know what I mean? By the way, all the players that I've watched so far, the conclusion is just buy Zubimendi or buy Bruno G. That's what I'm being serious.
Easy job, isn't it? Being a scout or working in football recruitment, isn't it? When the club comes back to you and says, "So what's your report on these 7 random players from around Europe?" The final conclusion I came to was spend 120 on Bruno G. Job done. Where's my commission?
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah, or Cascade won't like this, but go drop 150 million on Caicedo, man. Do you know what I mean? We just do. That's just the way it is. Big up to Sam, says, "I'd love to see Gyökeres and Harden front 2 massive units playing off each other. I actually think this might be the plan," says Sam. Maybe, bro. Maybe. I mean, it could be the plan. I just think that you're gonna have to sell it to Gyökeres, and like, I just don't think saying you're gonna be like what rotation. I just don't think that's gonna be it when he could go to. I mean, his stocks are high right now. Yeah, let's be honest.
Yeah.
And it's only 60 mil apparently. He could go Arsenal, he could go Chelsea, he could go United, he could go multiple places. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if no one's interested in him, City just say, "Listen, we're the only club interested in you. Come to City, maybe." But you could be completely right, mate. I mean, Pep might be saying to the board, "I'm gonna go 2 up top. Buy me players that I can work with 2 up top. Go and get me some wing backs." I don't know.
I think if those 2 formed a chemistry, we don't know. Can either of them play as a 2? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't watch enough of Sporting Lisbon to know can he play as a 2 up top, and we've never seen Haaland play as a 2 up top ever. But if those 2 formed a chemistry and one of those telepathic understandings of which players were at what time for breaking balls and crosses coming in and back post jobs, you know, all of the works of being a striker, bro, it's scary as fuck.
No.
Do you know what I mean? 2 stupid killers. They should be locked up, the pair of them. But imagine both of them in a blue shirt. Oh, fucking hell, man! I'd hit the like button for that.
Nah, it would be wild, and I still maintain, yeah. Obviously, unfortunately, football's lost 2 up top. You know, everyone used to play 4-4-2 back in the day, and you know it got changed because everyone realised you needed 3 players in midfield because teams started getting outnumbered in midfield. But there's something nice about teams that play with 2 strikers. It's old school. It's like it feels. I feel like it's like how football's meant to be played, man, with two strikers up top. You know what I mean? And I maintain to this day that Pellegrini's season with Negredo and Aguero was some of the best football I've seen City ever play. I'm gonna be real with you, man.
It was.
I'm gonna be
I
real.
agree.
I'm not saying it's better than a treble or whatever. But I'm saying in terms of excitement, in terms of enjoyment, in terms of just getting the ball forward and just fucking going for it. I maintain that Negredo Aguero year when them two cooked and we won the double. I thought that was some of the best football I've seen us, man.
But you know the way we're in like an era now where football's transitioning so quickly all the time. Year on year, we're seeing new styles, new tactics, and Pep is kind of spearheading a huge amount of them. I feel it's only a matter of time before some ballsy manager, a good manager, a top manager, whether it's Pep or someone else, goes, I'm bringing back the two. I'm bringing back the two. And I'm not saying it has to be a 4-4-2, but some sort of a mad techie version where you have two up top and you have two behind, or something crazy will get pulled out of the woodworks where you go, fucking hell, this guy's revolutionized the two up top. And it's now no longer.
You'd have to set the team up in a way that you still get 3 or 4 players in midfield. Because that's the problem with that formation, is that you only have the traditional 4-4-2. It just leaves you far too exposed in the middle. If you come up against a half decent midfield, you're getting rinsed, mate. Because the two players, unless you've got like prime Fernandinho, prime Kante, you're just going to get cooked. Do you know what I mean? So you'd have to find a system where you can play the two strikers, but still have at least 3 players in midfield. Otherwise, you're just going to get rinsed.
Look, I'm no fucking expert when it comes to tactics. Like, I can't tell Pep or any of them what to do, but it feels like if you have 2 and 3 really good ball players in midfield, a Rodri, another really good ball player, and maybe another really good ball player, like, operators who do not give up possession really easily, you can get away with the 2 up top. You can do the 2 up top, and you sacrifice the extra body or 2 you have behind you. So I don't know. Look, this is all total speculation and hypothesis work, but I'd be game. I'd be so game for it, man, to see Gyökeres and Haaland run a 2 up top. I see people in the chat fact checking me. Apparently, Haaland plays as a 2 with Norway, and apparently Gyökeres plays as a 2 with Sweden. Isn't it? He's Swedish, so
I have no idea.
Maybe.
No idea.
Maybe.
I trust the chat on that one. Let me go through a couple more of these super chats, and then I want to ask you about Grealish. Big up to Andrew. He says Gyökeres isn't a priority. We're not creating chances. Yeah, we're not creating chances. That's true.
Bro, he is though. Not him specifically. That area of the pitch is a priority. A lot of areas in the pitch are a priority. We can all sit here till the cows come home and decide which area of the pitch needs most attention. The fact of the matter is, multiple areas in the pitch need significant attention. It's not going to be a case of you get Rodri's back up and all of a sudden we're seriously cooking.
I agree. It's a priority. It's not the priority. It's not the priority, but it's a priority.
It's a big priority.
The priority is a CDM. Second priority, right back. Maybe third priority, backup striker / creative midfielder.
I don't think there's a ranking order. I think, CDM is the outlying one. That's the one where you go, that needs primary attention. The rest of them, they all have to be seen to at equal measure. They all need equal attention, and they all need fast attention because they're declining by the week.
Big up to City for Life says, thoughts on if we could get good. Bro, I don't know if we spoke about it on the show. I think we might have spoke about it earlier on, bro. I think we're both game. Especially if you can get him on a loan deal. Makes complete sense. Yeah, 100%, mate. You must have joined late. I'm pretty sure. We did speak about this before, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, maybe rewind, bro. You must have joined after, but we did speak about it earlier on. But yeah, 100% I'm game for that, especially if it's a loan, just to try before we buy type thing. Big up Pitbull, bro. Yeah, I'm all good, man. Hopefully you're well as well, man. Appreciate the dono. A bit up to Joe says, missed the days when we had a false 9 or when we had Aguero up top in 19. Now we have Haaland, who makes us more predictable and ghosts a lot if he gets bags. The thing is, though, Joe, this is why I think we've got to build the team around Haaland. You've got to set the team up for me, bro, to maximum creation for Haaland. He is up there with one of the greatest finishes we've seen in football, right? And that's all backed up by all the stats, right? But if you don't create for him, he's useless, if we're being honest with you, He is. If you don't create for it, he's not great on the ball. He's not great at linking the play. I'm not asked about any of that, by the way. Yeah. But if you don't create chances for him, he doesn't do anything. Hence why I've said we need to build the team around Haaland. We need to buy wingers who can create him chances. We need to buy creative midfielders that can create him through balls and put the ball in the box. If you don't have those players, which at the moment we don't, if you look at the team that we played against Liverpool, Bernardo's not creating that many chances. The wing, Nunez isn't. Foden's not creating nothing at the moment. Gundogan isn't. So like we've literally got a team, unfortunately, that is just not creating him anything. And then people are going, he's not fucking doing anything. It's like, yeah, he's not doing anything because we've not got players that could create for him. So for me, my thing would be build the team around Haaland, especially if he signs this new contract, because that means he's going to be here for at least another 3 or 4 years. Build the team around him. Build the team around him is my opinion.
No, yeah, I agree, 100% spot on. But that's a big build, isn't it? Because there's a lot of attention, as I've already said. It's kind of echo what we're talking about. The team needs a lot of attention. If you're going to build around Haaland, you need to get wing backs, you need to get midfielders, you need to get technicians that can all facilitate it. But yeah, no, I agree. Did you say you're doing a call-in show tomorrow? Phone? Yeah, I'll jump on if it's at a suitable time. Piplup, if you're around, I want you to jump on, man, because Piplup's a really good man to talk to about the academy players. He genuinely he knows his shit about the academy players. I'd like to hear his views on academy players and where they could come in and that kind of thing. So
yeah,
Piplup, if you're watching Piplup, I'd love to hear from you tomorrow, genuinely.
Yeah. Big up to City for Life. One more name thrown at you, Matheus Cunha. I like the player, man, but like whenever his finishing is a little bit sus, although I think it has improved. But I do like the player. I can't lie. Big up to you, bro. Yeah, let me ask you about Grealish, man. Final part of the show. Pep Guardiola hinting after the game against Liverpool, bro, that he could play in midfield. Now, I know you're a massive fan of Grealish. What are you saying about this? Are you excited about this? Do you think it's the right move? Do you think we should have seen it sooner? What are you saying?
Yeah, we should have seen it sooner. I think we should have seen it last season. I think we could have seen it at times during the treble season. It blows my mind how it's not a utensil Pep hasn't availed of. I really don't. I think sometimes his biggest assets are wasted out on the left wing. I appreciate what he does on the left wing, but I also I'm not that much of a fanboy where I want to sit here and go, on the wing, you're going to need to score goals and get assists. Like, I fully take on board he doesn't chip in enough with GNA. But if you do look at what he's great at and what he could get even better at given time in midfield, it's his ball retention, it's his tempo setting, it's his foul winning. Like, at the moment, bro, you look at those last 7 games that we haven't won, we're getting ran through in midfield. Ran through. Gundo gives the ball away non-stop. Akanji steps into midfield, gives the ball away non-stop. Bernardo Silva, bless him, he's trying his best, but he gives the ball away a lot. Phil Foden, all over the place, gives the ball away a lot. And that's what's putting our defense under massive pressure. It really is, because if the midfield's not functioning, your defense is going to look really, really wide open. So putting a player in there who has pace, has energy, who can ball carry, and who can create things like we know he can, give him the license to do so, give him a bit of space. We've seen semi-glimpses of it at times, mainly during the treble season. We saw glimpses of it, because I remember distinctly in the second half of the season at times where Grealish, he'd line up as a left winger, but you see a lot of them dropping deep. He'd be in the kind of 6th position at times. He'd pick the ball up on the half turn, and he'd then drive 20, 25, 30 yards with the ball, either win a foul or lay it off to a winger who then played through to Haaland, and Haaland would tap it in. We're missing something like that. Some genuine ball retention, because there's no one in midfield who's going to retain the ball. We have wingers who can play right and left wing. We don't even need Grealish out there right now. You have Doku, you have Savio, you have Bernardo, you have Foden if needs be. Put a ball retainer in midfield and you'll see City's possession stats rise. I really want to see it. I felt it.
Yeah, these are you can see this on the right hand side here, right? So this is every game that he played for Aston Villa, right? So this is transfer mark data. Now, it's not always right, because obviously sometimes he might have played left winger, but he might have played a little bit more central, so they put it down as a attacking mid. So don't take this as like fully legit, but it's a good guide, right? These are all the games he played for Aston Villa. Now, according to this transfer mark data, I never actually knew this. Never looked at it. He's actually played more games in midfield than he did on the left wing. Now, he's played a large chunk of games on the left wing. He played 78 games, according to this, and he played 106 plus 11 central midfield games there in midfield. So he has played in that position a lot. Stats-wise, ain't too different. 106 games, 13 goals, 21 assists, 78 games, 19 goals, 18 assists. So you'd probably say slightly better off of the left, but it's marginal. It's not huge, it's not a mad difference. It's not crazy. So I'm game for. I'm good to try it out, man. I'm good to try it out because for me, I'm like, this midfield is dead anyway. I don't know what's going on with Kevin De Bruyne. Like, City are posting pictures of him today in training, and I'm like, what does this mean? Does this mean that he's ready? Does it mean he's going to be fit, or are you just trying to like take the heat off it? I don't know what's going on. Pep said play him in the midfield. Give him a go. Give him a go. I seem to remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. I seem to remember last year we played a game against Luton. I think it was a cup game. I could be wrong here. And I'm sure he played a little bit more central. Did he not?
He did. Him and Foden.
And I'm pretty sure he played well.
Him and Foden, if I'm not mistaken, the two of them. I think they linked up. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he did. Look, the fact of the matter is, what he does best right now is what we're missing in the middle of the park, and that was his bag. That was his bread and butter at Aston Villa under Sean Dyche, or not Sean Dyche, Dean Smith under Dean Smith. That was his thing. Was getting Villa dropping deep, picking the ball up, and getting Villa up the pitch, getting them out of their red zone, out of their danger area, out of defense. He would pick the ball up, and they all knew he was going to run, and he wasn't going to lose it. He was either going to win a foul or he's going to lay it off to a winger. And that's what we're missing right now. Yeah, Luton in the Prem. Exactly, Links.
Was it in the Prem? Luton in the Prem, yeah.
I think it was in the Prem. It was Luton. It was Luton away in Kenilworth. I'm fairly sure. It was either the Prem or the Cup. I'm not sure. And I think he scored or assisted.
Looks like he got subbed off in the. I think he got injured in the FA Cup game. He says he got subbed off after 38 minutes. So it must have been the league game.
The league, yeah, because in the league, I think it was a run of games where he scored, I think, in 3 in a row, or he got G&A in 3 in a row, and Luton was one of them.
Yes, so it says here, Luton away, scored, got an 8.1 match rating, which was the highest match rating he got all season, according to SofaScore, right?
Mm-hmm.
And look at the heat map. Watch this. Look at the heat map there. More central. So his best game, according to SofaScore, apart from that Young Boys game, yeah, got 9. One of his best games last year, according to SofaScore, was Luton away, where he scored. And look at the heat map; he's more central. Usually this red dot, and I know this because I do it every game. Because I do this on the play ratings. It's more down here. So for me, the evidence is there that we should definitely try it. I don't mean to say it's going to work. It might not work, but for me, we should definitely try it, man. Definitely try it. What team did we play that day? Look at that team, man. Alvarez, Foden, Silva, Kovacic, and Rodri. Yeah, this is correct, man. He had runners.
He was man of the match. He was man of the match. 8.1. He this is his thing. I'd give him a run of games at it. I wouldn't just say, look, we're going to try you in midfield, and if it doesn't work, we're going to pull you back out, and you can hold bench again, or wait
3
for
or 4 games. Yeah.
I'd give him 3 or 4 games in a row. Why not? Why not? What have we got to lose right now? Do you know what I'm saying? It's one of those ones that I felt when we brought him from Villa, we brought him for what he's best at, which is what we're talking about, but we just shifted it to left wing. We'll just do what you do, but do that on left wing. We'll just keep the ball, attract players, win fouls, and recycle. Move that into the middle, and it's a far more effective process. It's a far more effective process because then you're creating room out in the wings. You're giving space to the fast players who are really going to cause damage one-on-one. Your Dokus and your Savios and maybe Bob down the line and so on and so forth. It's such an option worth trying. It was his bread and butter at Villa, and we just never tried it at City. And it was fine. It did its job. In treble season, did its job a bit last season, and so on and so forth. But now, give him an opportunity. Give him a new lease of life. You might see a new level of Jack Grealish. You just don't know. I think it's worth a punt. He is creative. He is effective. I refuse to believe he's not. Of course, his stats need to improve. Give him a new lease of life. Give him a new opportunity. Give him a new license. Say, here's your license. Go and run the midfield. Go and be effective. Be a pain in the arse to the opposition's midfield. Be a pain in the arse to the opposition's defense. Cause havoc. Because right now, bro, what we're really missing is havoc. We don't have any players who are going into that midfield going, I'm going to cause some problems in here to the opposition midfield. We just don't. We give it up too easily. You watched the game yesterday, of course. How many times does a minimal press cause a turnover in possession for us. A minimal press. It's not even a crazy press from an opposition.
Yeah.
And we end up out of possession. Fucking Diaz, Akanji, Vardiel, whoever are scrambling because they're out of position because they were in an attacking position, not expecting to lose possession. We're all scrambling, going, fuck, look at the space at home. We need midfielders who can just simply keep the ball. That's what we're missing.
Yeah, no, I'm all game for it, man. I'm looking forward to it, man. I want to see it.
I do it Wednesday.
Yeah, you know what?
Wednesday.
Savio sort of played that position. You're right. He did. We actually played really well in that first 10 minutes. And then for some reason, Savio just dipped off to the other side. I don't know what that was all about. But if you put Grealish in there, it could be interesting. And listen, for me, like, I do think Grealish is sort of like at the point now in his career at City where if he doesn't play well now this year, yeah, I'm sort of like, does he need to leave? So for me, I'm willing to try him in there. Give him a go, man. What's the worst that can happen? I mean, like, bro, we lost 6 out of the last 7. Like, for me, I'm willing to try anything, bro. I can't even lie.
Well,
and Grealish in there. Look, he's played there for Villa, and I want to see him there. I want to see him given a chance, and I think he'll be buzzing. He was speaking to today. Spoke to Daps, and Daps said he was speaking, and they said this on the stream, so I can say it. Daps said, when we played in the Super Cup against, did we play Seville? Did we play in the Super Cup? UEFA Super Cup where we won on
Sevilla.
When Daps was in Athens, yeah, Daps spoke to Grealish's brother or something. I can't remember exactly what he said now. So it's his brother or his dad or whatever. And he said to him, he said, "Oh, like we want to see Pep. We want to see Grealish playing in the 10. We want to see him playing in midfield." And apparently, his brother said, "Yeah, so do we, and so does Jack." So apparently, he wants to play there himself. Give him a go, man.
Right. Give him a go. Give him a run. I'd say give him the Forest game on Wednesday, and even if it doesn't hit that crack the way you'd want it to initially, I'd persist with it for another 2-3 games after that. He has to shake it up. He simply has to shake it up because as of right now, we're free reign. We're free reign for anybody right now with that midfield. He has to shake it up. He has to get us to January where we're in the top 4. And all hope is not lost. And then in January, you can go, right, what do we need? What can we go and get? But as of right now, something has to be shaken up. The midfield is such an area of concern right now. It's painful. It's not City. It's not like watching any Pep team, any City team, and it's not demanding treble standards or Centurion standards. It's simply just not giving up the ball easily. You could talk about his stats and his GNA all you want, but that's his thing. Keeping the ball, simply holding possession at a good tempo, a good intensity. Because one thing, keeping the ball, it's now the next level. Are you doing it at a good pace? Are you setting the pace for the team? Are we moving at a good pace? Are we transitioning at a good pace? He'll do that. And if he starts feeling good about himself and he gets a run of good games under his belt, hopefully then GNA will follow in that sense. He could unlock Haaland, get more life out of Haaland. He could get Foden moving at a better pace. We're all talking about Foden, and I get that. Foden does need to lift it. There's more onus on him to be playing well. But I do also concede for him a little bit the fact that he's playing with players around him in that midfield who just aren't playing at the pace that he needs to be playing at. You know, I do take that on board, and I'm willing to give Foden that little bit of, okay, I get it. I do want a bit more, but I get it. If you're playing with 34-year-old Gundogan, you've got Bernardo there, you got Kovacic there. None of these players are at the pace Foden needs for Foden to perform. So throw Grealish in there, spice it up, throw a little bomb, a little in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? See what happens. But I don't know, man. We're in tatters right now, aren't we? We're just trying anything. Throw shit at the wall and hope it sticks.
Because that's where we're at, man. And yeah, exactly. That's what we are. We're throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks, man. And this might work. It might not work. Might work. Who knows? But I want to try it, man. I can't lie. I want to try it. I'm pretty excited to see it, man. You best do it now, man, because I'm getting a bit gassed about seeing it. I want to see him in there. I want to see him be given a chance.
But there's even little bits of his game that people may not be noticing at the minute because he's not getting the GNA and he's not playing the minutes that he might want or we might want to see him from. But he's doing things differently. He's clearly trying to do different things. He's going to the byline more. He's using his left foot more. He's taking on the fullback more. He's taking shots where 2 years ago he wouldn't have taken a shot. You know, when he was too safe and he always had safety mode on. He's now shooting. I mean, I was watching one of your watch-alongs last week, and I think you mentioned a few times how unlucky he is. You know, when he needs a GNA and he'd have a shot on goal and it would be like an unbelievable last-ditch block off the line from a defender or something. Give him the license. Let him try and get that goal, try and get that assist, try and get that spark back in his game. Because he hasn't just lost his talent. He's an incredibly talented footballer. It's just a matter of getting the best out of him again. And we've had plenty of players like that. Huh?
I don't think he's lost his talent. I think he's lost his spark. I think he's lost his spark. I think he's lost his drive. I think he's lost his enthusiasm. And what's sad about it is, I think in the summer, he had it all back. I mean, every time I was going on Instagram, like, fucking clicking on the story, like, bro, he was running, he was training hard, like, I actually think being dropped from, like, my audio word.
Moving mad.
Is it back now?
Nope.
So let me switch mics. Yo.
On 1.5.
Yo.
Yeah.
You're
good.
We're all right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I actually think, bro, that, like, when he got dropped from England for the Euros, I actually think, like, from a City point of view and from a Grealish point of view, it was probably the best thing that could have happened to him. And obviously, you probably don't want to hear that, yeah. But, like, it probably the best thing that could have happened to him, man. And then he started cooking in pre-season. He was up there as one of our best players. Him, Haaland, and Bob were our best players. Bob was our best player, and Haaland and Grealish were our second and third best players. Yeah, and he gets injured straight away, and I just feel that, like, that killed him. I just feel like that injury just killed him, and he's just lost all his enthusiasm and shit. And now, if we can play him back in midfield where he wants to play, it might get him back on it again, and it might be like, it might pick him up a little bit, and he might start to feel that, like, you know, he could cook, and I don't know, man. I'm just saying it might, because it might not. But for me, I just think it's something worth trying, because at the end of the day, yeah, whether you like it or not, we paid him 300 grand a week. It cost 100 million quid. So we can just throw him out in January. If you want to sell him in January on the cheap, you can throw him out in the summer. But, like, should we not try and find a position that, like, he's cooking in? I think we should probably try. And then if it doesn't work out in the midfield and people still think he's crap on the wing, which some people do, some people don't, then, you know, if you sell him, you're like, well, we tried midfield, we tried left wing, and, you know, your view as a person can be like, he's crap, or he's, you know, we shouldn't have sold him. But I'm game for it, man. I'm game for it. And I want to give him the chance. I like him, man. I actually like the guy. I wanted him to. I was buzzing when he joined City. I was like, yes, get on this now. I'm buzzing. I really, really wanted him. So I want him to work out. So, yeah, play him in the midfield, see what happens, man. And to be honest with you, yeah, I'll tell you this as well. He actually hits the ball pretty well, you know. Got a decent strike on him. The problem is, when he's on the left, he telegraphs everything that he's going to do when it comes to shooting. Like, he's never shooting on his left foot, right? So he's always going to shoot on the right. And he'll never take a touch, bang. He'll always take a touch, which is why he always has blocked shots. I'm sorry. You can't tell me that it's just a fluke that every time he shoots, it's blocked. It's not. It's because he takes too long. If he's in the middle, he doesn't need to take as long to set himself up, because he's got a full goal to aim at. Whereas when he's on the left, he's taking a little bit longer because he's only got that area of the goal. He's only got that area of the goal to aim at, so he's taking a little bit longer. Play him in the middle, see what happens, man.
He look, it's one of those ones where if he gets to the end of the season and there's just no improvement, and we've seen nothing, and we've tried a few things, as much as I love the guy, City's my priority, and if he's not going to benefit City moving forward, you have to get rid. And I'm fully on board with that. I fully understand that, but I also think this is where some decent man management comes into play, helping players find their spark and getting their spark back, because we have seen it. We have seen it once or twice for prolonged periods, and then we've seen it in glimpses. Like, I remember doing a watch along with you on City Extra where we beat Liverpool 4-1, and he got a goal and an assist that day. It's where I crowned him Jackie G&A. You remember that game, bro? He absolutely ran the show.
You fucking cursed him, bro, is what you did.
I did curse him. I cursed him, but I'm still invested. I'm not selling my stocks, but he ran the game. He was king of the pitch that day. He was king of the Etihad. We've seen when Grealish is feeling himself, feeling good about himself, what way he can be. And playing left wing with a midfield in its current form, a defense in its current form, Haaland feeling the way he currently does, you're not going to get Grealish spark back. You're just not. There's not enough for him there. Give him a platform, give him a license playing midfield, and say, go out there. Go. Do something, mate. Do something. Justify the 300 grand a week. Justify the 100 million, and bring your spark back, man. You know what I'm saying? There's Euros coming up, or is it World Cup? There's something.
Did he
Plenty
play?
of shit for him to fight for.
What's is this recently?
Yeah, he scored.
Did he play well? Because I didn't really watch it, to be honest.
You texted me as soon as he scored, you dickhead.
Yeah, but I was in the pub, like, you know what I mean? I was in the pub, but I wasn't watching it. I was drinking and chatting to my mates. So I wasn't actually watching the game though.
I don't know about the one that was in Wembley a few weeks ago, but remember Rice and Grealish both scored against Ireland in
Oh
Dublin.
no, mate! I think I might have watched that one. I watched one of them. I didn't watch the one where we beat you 5-0. I didn't watch that one properly. So did he play in midfield there or not?
I didn't watch that one properly, but I watched the one in Dublin. He was brilliant. Absolutely. He got an assist and a goal. He assisted Rice's goal and he scored.
Okay.
You know? And that's give Lee Carsley that they gave him more free reign to play centrally, to move up and down the pitch in a more, like, to be fair, Dean Smith didn't have him a set position. Villa fans will tell you that. He was given almost a free roaming role on the basis that they had so much trust in him and he was playing with so much confidence and venom that every time he got the ball, or a large portion of his possession, was always progressive. Getting up the pitch, making something happen. Really good relationship with the strikers and the wingers. They all had really good chemistry. Now, Pep, if he wants to keep Grealish and he wants to persist with him, and he is hinting at a midfield role, it's right. Can you get Grealish to feel like that about himself at City? You've got the best striker in the world in front of you. You quite clearly have very good players around you. A lot of them just really struggling for confidence and looking for someone to create that spark. If you could get someone like Grealish into the midfield to get a spark for himself, it could start a spark for the team. You can't start a fire.
And you know what as well, Lou's right on the physicality side. He'll improve the physicality side of the midfield because he's strong.
He is. He's tenacious, man. He's aggressive. He gets stuck in, and we're missing all of that. You know, players like Gundogan, players like Bernardo. Well, maybe not Bernardo, but players like Gundogan and Kovacic. They're not aggressive little terriers. You know what I mean? They don't get stuck in physically because when they're at their best, they're real technicians, and they can get away with not being, physical animals in the middle of the park. But if you're now Gundogan, who's not a technician anymore, he's not a tempo setter, and you're not getting stuck in physically, you're of no use. You're of negative use. So get someone in there who is a technician. Grealish is. He's technically fantastic, and he's physical. But all he's lacking is that GNA, and maybe that's the place to do it.
You know what's kind of cool about it's not cool. Obviously, I'd rather not be in this situation. But when you're not in the title race, which I don't think we are now, and you're kind of just a bit shit, which we are now. It kind of just gives you the freedom to do this experiments, doesn't it? As long as you don't take it too far, because you still need to get top 4, right? But given the fact that now I'm sort of I've accepted that we ain't within the league. I'm throw him in the middle, man. Let's see what happens, and if he goes in the middle. Whereas if you're you need to win this game because you need to win the league, you kind of you don't really want to take the risk because you're we can't take a risk because we need to win. You can't take your risks. Now it's yeah, man, you want to play Grealish in the middle? Do it, bro. You want to do this? You want to play Oscar Bob false 9, fucking do it, man. I'm sorry, whatever, man.
Yeah, because when the team's playing well and the midfield's functioning, and you throw out the idea of we put Grealish in midfield, there's always an objection that's fair. You don't want to disrupt Kevin De Bruyne, you don't want to disrupt Bernardo, you don't want to disrupt whoever's there playing well. Now there's no one there playing well, so there's nothing to disrupt. It's just a simple swap. Take out one player who's not playing well or is underperforming and throw in a different player and hope he will perform. We have the license to do that. As you say, this is one of the few perks of being a bit shit. You can experiment. You can mess around, especially when you have a limited squad. When you have a limited squad like we do now, it's the time to utilize the versatility. We've bought so many players based on the fact that they can play an array of positions. Do it.
Let's in CDM.
Fucking hell, why not, man? He's physical, isn't he? He's a head case.
Chia, man. You know what I mean? See what happens. A big up to Darcy as well, man. With a 14 months says, would Frimpong coming in January or the summer? I think it probably would be the summer, bro. I don't think Frimpong would want to move in January, but
no.
If we can get him in January, I'm all game for that. To be honest with you. I did. Martin asked me a question on the stream before. Actually, I can ask you. I don't know if anyone in the chat maybe wasn't in the stream with Martin before, so I'll ask you guys again. But this is your option, right? Frimpong, January, 50 million. Or Pedro Porro, Summer 75 million. Porro's 25.
Your mark's moving mad again, bro.
Is it? Let me unplug it. Plug it back.
Well, you need to get one of these mics, man. One of these Shure mics.
I've
People
got one.
start super chat and get LB a new mic, man. Send your money. He needs a new mic. Go on. Now you're just totally silent. Now you have no mic.
Yo. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm a Dalek voice or not?
Nah, you're not robot mode. You're just a little bit low.
To be honest with you, I don't know why I just don't do this. I've got this fucking mic, man, that I am using. I've just not bought a fucking... Sorry for swearing all the time. By the way, I know I was bad for swearing on that watch-along against Liverpool yesterday.
It's allowed.
I've seen people in the chat saying, stop swearing, because I know like kids watch it and that with the parents and that, and I try not to swear. I really do. But yesterday, bro, I'm sorry. Like, I was bad. I know I was bad yesterday. I felt like all I was doing was swearing. It was bad. Right, let me see if this works, man. Where is it? Which one?
You gonna do a handheld mic?
Yo. You hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you. Yeah.
Hello, yeah. You're watching the It's LB channel, guys. How are you guys doing today? Yeah, now
I was gonna do the same thing, but I can't be arsed unscrewing this thing.
Yeah, a guy called Henry sent me this. He's a viewer of the channel. He sent me it, and now I've got the fucking autofocus moving on a madness. Wait, why is everything just like breaking at the moment? Like, why am I not out of focus? Out of focus still. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? So you can hear me all right, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. So the question is,
Mm.
big up to Henry again for this. I need to buy a stand. I did buy one. It was rubbish. It ruined my desk. So I need to buy a new one. Would you buy Frimpong in January for 50 million, or would you buy Porro in the summer for 75 million?
Oh, it's just not even an argument. It's just not even a debate. Do you think does Martin think he's done something here? Does he really?
You think he did something? Yeah.
No one's done anything here. It's not even a debate. Like it's not even close. It's Pedro Porro for 75 million. Like hands down. I don't know what perception some people have of Jeremy Frimpong. I've watched him so much. He's what you know me, people, and you have to take me at face value here because I'm open and honest all the time. I've said to it so many times in this channel, haven't watched them. I'll always tell you, I've watched Frimpong loads. I watched him underage at City. I watched him loads for Celtic, and I watched him at Leverkusen. I know what this guy's about. He's not a defender. You think Jeremy Frimpong...
0161 Dad's not going to be happy with that one, bro.
I promise you, he's not. He was a winger. At City Academy level. He was a winger at Celtic.
I seen him play right back for City, bro.
Barely. Bro, he was a winger.
Left back. I seen him play full back, bro, at City, man.
He was a winger. He was a winger then when he came to Celtic as well, until Celtic had an injury at right back. So Neil Lennon put him an injury at right back. So Neil Lennon threw him into right back just as like a makeshift, and he did all right. But Celtic had the luxury in Scotland of always having possession. So he was never particularly found out defensively. Likewise with Leverkusen. Leverkusen always have possession. They play very high attacking, counter-attacking football. He's effectively a winger. He's a winger. He plays more closer to the striker than he does to the center backs. If you think he's the successor to Kyle Walker, you need to stay off the drugs. He's not. He's not. Pedro Porro is a defender. He's a defender who can attack. Frimpong is an attacker who can defend.
I go Frimpong.
Bro, fucking hell, man. I waste my time here. Waste my time.
Bro, I go Frimpong, bro. I don't know, man. To be honest with you, I'd take either of them. I think them two are my priorities. Just get me one of them.
You know what? Even your mic doesn't believe you because it's cutting out again.
Is my mic going out?
Yeah. Probably a USB issue, bro.
I don't know what's going on, guys. Maybe I've just done too much streaming, man. I've been streaming for like 8 hours. Maybe it's... I don't know what's going on here. Why is it doing that? Yo. What about now? Is that okay?
No, you still sound like Stephen Hawking.
What's it? I'm gonna open up I need to know what I'm sounding like, bro. Let me open up a tab. It's LB. Let me watch myself. I'm gonna like the stream. Yo. Testing at mic 1, 2, 3. It's fine. It's literally fine.
It's not fine, and it's like 5 seconds behind your camera, so you're speaking, and then the camera moves your mouth.
Right, 1 second. Let me just quickly refresh, man, and then I'm back in a sec.
Fucking hell, man! See, I pour my heart out to this guy, yeah, about Frimpong. Please, look, tell me if I'm an idiot in the chat about Frimpong. Look, where's he gone now? He's gone 0.5.
Yo.
Yeah.
Are we better? Oh, no.
So you're blurry. You're miles away from the camera, and you've got a handheld mic, bro. You can't. Finances can't be this bad right now.
I don't know what's happening here, man. I'll be real with you. It's been fine.
Bro, why does he look so short, chat?
Chat, man, what's happening to me? Yo. Hello.
Chat. Oh no!
What
This is what happens when you waffle too much.
LB Egghead is here, man. I'll move it back up. Right, so let me just do these final chats, man, before we wrap up. So you can actually hear me, just so I can do these super chats. You can actually hear me, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, you can hear me. Built to Piplup says, like I've said before, just sell everyone who's above 30 years old, apart from Doku. Should have been sold in the summer, just gone. Keep Carson though. So who would that be? Kevin De Bruyne, Gundogan, Kovacic. Grealish is 29, going on 30.
Bernardo, Gundo, Stones,
Ake? Bernardo, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of players. That's a lot of players.
We're getting rid of most of the squad.
That's a lot of players. Edison, what, the goalkeepers count though? None of goalkeepers count.
No, they don't count. Not
No.
for me. I keep all 3 goalkeepers.
Okay. Big up to Rustin, says new mic stand funny. He says whole new setup for. No, that's cool, man. I'm gonna buy a mic in it. Not a mic. I'm gonna buy a stand. I don't know what's happened to the mic. Is this all right now? Yeah, you can hear me though.
Yeah, it's grand. Yeah.
Because I'm probably going to use this on the watch along on Wednesday, and if it chalks me off, then I don't know what I'm going to do in it.
Bro, get one of these, man. Get one of these Shure mics. They're unbelievable.
This is a Shure mic. Just
Yeah,
like a different.
It's
different
surely
model.
not working very well.
And big up to the Oxford as well. Says look at Grealish stats and heat map versus Ireland away.
Yeah, do. I'd be genuinely interested to see that.
Wait a sec.
This is the one
When
where he
was
got
that?
the goal and an assist.
When was this?
Here
Here it is. Was it
September?
September? Yeah, I've got it here. Well, let me share screen. Okay, Jack Grealish stats, lineups, Grealish,
bro. Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's the one.
77 minutes played, 88% pass accuracy, 2 key passes in the game, shot on target, 5 ground duels, 1 out of 6. That's all right. Only lost possession 7 times in the whole game. Decent, bro.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Big up to you got LB Sofa Score Merchant. LB reporting live. It's LB Studios. Now you got to be panicking now. Is this mic actually fine? Can you hear me? Yeah.
It's fine now. Yeah, it's fine.
Is my mouth moving at the same time as the audio? Yo. Should I just end the stream?
Yeah.
Right, bro. Yo, big up to you guys in the chat, man. Smash a like on the stream. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Let me see if anyone's live for a redirect, man.
Oh man, I love this football club. You know, it brings so much fun.
Yeah, League Gunners live, man. Go spam LB raid in League Gunners chat. Big up to you guys. Smash a like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. And by the way, make sure you subscribe to Hugh in it, HMTV. Joe did a match reaction yesterday, so go check that out, man. Peace out.